Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. I know you guys. I know you guys. You're excited. You're pumped. You're so excited. You're so excited. You're here. Not only are you here, there's some weird guy on your TV right now. Look, who's this dude? Guys, it's me. All right? Probably don't recognize me. Honestly, did you? Look, I shaved, guys. Look at that. That's what I look like without my face. Well, I mean, this is what my face looks like. Right? Guys, almost there. Let me, there it is, the sun cradle. We found it. Put it in now. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Okay, this episode is brought to you by the good folks at Strong Coffee. You looking to fuck shit up in the morning? Strong Coffee may be the way. Yo! No substitute today. Miklos, you got the confession. Just stop the music. Stop the music. Your coach isn't perfect, okay? I'm all regular ass kicker just like you. And this morning, whilst buzzing my face, I messed up. I was trimming my beard. It turned into a beard removal My beard's gone, guys. But unlike Samson, I kept my strength, baby. What's up? You know what I think? I'm just going to say it. It's funny. We live in a day and age where face filters are used all the time. I did a Zoom meeting, just a regular Zoom meeting, and Zoom has a feature to touch up your appearance, face filter. And I can remember a time, maybe you can remember a time, where we have picked on people who use face filters. That's right. All right, I'm going to use the old timeless cliche. Gal wakes up, has to make her early morning post. She's got to take a picture of herself in the sunset or some other stuff. But she's got maybe bags under her eyes or, no makeups on. That's easy. You just got to push the filter. Boom, you're on. And we've made fun of face filter users for years. But guys, isn't a beard a face filter? Isn't it a face filter? I feel like the beard, it's a face filter. And I guess that's like enough of the comedy routine for today, baby. But, Najee Miklos, what's up, my boys? Aloha to you guys. Today is a good one. Grab your mace. Let's get to work. It's very important for us. So before we get started, we're going to walk backwards to our door and lock it. Why? Because we don't want anybody sneaking up on us while we're macing. Ladies and gentlemen, before we get going today, we're not going to be stepping anywhere. Tim, you need a smaller coffee table. You don't need to move it today, but if you got a smaller coffee table, you wouldn't need to move so much furniture around here. Speaking of moving furniture around here, I have to move my chair. Look at this. What do you guys think? Look. Still Mace Flow Education 23. Super proud of you. All right, guys. Today we will be doing some circular motions. We're going to be doing some 360 type motions. So make sure you have enough room to spin your mace. Today's flow is going to look like so. Today, the sun cradle flow will belong to you. Yes, you too. By the end of today's episode, will be swinging and connecting your favorite moves to your sun cradle. Let's go. I'm excited about today's lesson. Hey, I keep running into problems on YouTube. Yes, it's true. I'm having YouTube problems. My videos are being blocked because of, well, they're too dangerous or something. I don't know. That's what I heard through the grapevine. So I really need you guys' help. It doesn't happen to every video, but there we go. OCD. It doesn't happen in every video, but it seems like several of our videos are getting blocked from the site because we're way too cool for school, I think is what YouTube said in their guidelines. All right, guys, let's get going today. All right, so I'm going to start out with the infamous Australian Blue Mace, and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start off in Landmark 2. Just like so, I'm going to hold under on the heavy side. I'm going to hold over on the light side. And I'm going to take the mace. I'm going to pin it right into my midsection just like so. Pinning the mace right into your midsection, a couple things will happen. Since we don't have a very wide range, since we have close range, our shoulders tend to pick up. Our traps tend to push into our neck. And look how cool you don't look. So drop your shoulders, pull your chin back, and May 6th. All right. Today we are not going over basics. Unfortunately, we should talk about that. Let's go. I have found that being a steel mace coach, that when I teach basics, people they just want to learn the advanced stuff. Nobody wants to learn the basics when you teach basics. However, when I teach advanced stuff, people always want to learn the basics. And so if you want to learn the basics, go to steelmaceflow.com and you can buy my Steel Mace Flow. Never mind. Just kidding. All right, starting in Landmark 2, under over grip. I'm going to pin the mace to my chest. Make sure my traps aren't fighting with my neck. Because the mace is pinned to my chest, I can take off my weightless hand and keep my mace relatively still. That was a better example. Let's go and try that on the other side. I'm going to do a prayer switch. I'm going to get the mace, Landmark 2, under over. I'm going to pin the mace to my chest. Mace 6. I love that. And then let's go back to the other side. All right, from here, we're going to take our hand off of the mace, just like we did, and we're going to hold under, just like so. My thumb is going to go around the mace, and I'm going to end up in sword cradle. Maybe you guys have done this before. All right, one more time. I'm going to pin the mace to my midsection, and take my hand off, swoop under, wrap my thumb around the mace, replace my hand, and voila, sword cradle. Landmark 2. And from here, I'm going to take my hand, I'm going to put it right on the globe. And I'm going to lift the globe above my head and build a little bit of a pitch, a roof. You see? And let's go and lower the mace. Okay, so it is important that I don't grab the globe, but this time I'm going to use my hand and I'm going to push my palm right into the mace. Position 1, position 2, and back down. And then let's try the other side. All right, what's step 1? Pin in Landmark 2, under over. We're going to take our top hand. We're going to release and come underneath our mace. Our opposite hand's going to release. We'll end in Landmark 2, sword grip. I'm going to take my palm. I'm going to marry it into the mace. Keep your thumb by your index finger. Do this. Press your palm into your mace head and lift. Now, as you guys go through this process, I want you to notice that the mace, it sticks to my forearm completely. And no matter where I'm moving my arm, the mace stays connected because I am pinching the mace into my arm, much like I'm arm wrestling. And because I'm using my backhand to stop and support, the mace stays pinned to my arm. I lose absolutely zero surface space going up into our new position, which is called the sun cradle. Very cool. Let's go and try the other side. All right, Landmark 2, under over. Make sure your shoulders are out of your neck. Reaching under, gripping in sword cradle, hitting your palm into the mace. I know that was a little dramatic. Make sure your thumb is by your index finger. We are going to pinch the mace into our forearm. We're going to push against the mace, which will also help secure it to our forearm. And we are going to lift. Notice my mace doesn't fall down your back. And if that's happening to you, it might be a problem with gripping and firming the mace up into your arm. Now, you can definitely do this with one hand, but what you will feel inevitably is the mace trying to drop down. All right, let's switch mace. I feel like we could give you guys a better camera angle here. Let me see what I could do. Mace 6. That's hilarious. I actually meant to set up my camera angles earlier, but say la vie. Back up. Okay, well, I think this is going to work. Let's go back into our landmark 2. All right, so here's the deal. Once I connect the globe to my palm, I'm going to eventually marry my other palm to the other side. Now you can see that my thumbs are against my index fingers, and what happens is, because my thumbs are not holding the mace still, if I rotate my hands like so, when the mace is in cradle position, sun cradle above my head, I can convince the mace to go to the other side. All right, now that can take a bit of time and a bit of skill, so we're going to rely on some built-up tension or built-up momentum. We're going to let the mace tail fall just a little bit. Check this out. First thing I'm going to do is start my sword cradle. Put the mace into my palm. I'm going to lift up. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clap my fingers down on the mace so that it won't move. I'm going to do the same thing on my opposite side. Again, my thumbs are by my index fingers. From there, I'm going to let the mace go to my center position. You can see that my hands have changed positions, and now if I roll over to the other side, I should be able to hit my sword cradle. Or sun cradle, sorry. And all I'm doing is switching from side to side. There is tension here. Now if I just move my hands back just a little and release a little bit of the isometric pressure and rotate my hands just like so, the mace will move from side to side. And so let's make this the exercise just for a bit. Starting in landmark 2, going up to sun cradle, flipping the tail around and back into landmark 2. Sword cradle. Now as I'm going back down into sword cradle, I want to slide my hand into its position. So you're going to grip the ball, grip the handle, lift, grip the head, slide to the other side, and slide your hand back down to the handled position. Let's go again. Right as I lower the mace from side A to side B, I slide my hand down into the sword position. Now the reason why I want to execute grabbing the mace handle up top instead of just holding onto the globe all the way through, this is called globe control for all of you out there. You can do 360s, you can do 10 and 2s, you can hit yourself in the face, so be careful. Anyways, the reason why we're going to keep a hold of the handle is, watch this. If I take the mace and hold in sword cradle landmark 2 in my right hand, and I lift my heel off of the floor on the same side and press my knee out towards the handle, I'll lift my mace. Now what I'm going to do is about face my knee and let my mace unravel. Now it's a very natural thing because your arm only unscrews one way. It's very hard to mess up a sword swing from the sun cradle position. I'm going to stick the mace to my palm. I'm going to lift. I'm going to pivot a bit. And now I'm going to let my arm just lower. What eventually will happen is the mace tail will drop, and there's a small, very natural rotation of the wrist. Now, since this is a very long 40-inch handle, the motion takes a little bit of time. Shorter handle mace may move a little bit quicker, but I want you to see how long this can take. 1, 2, 3, 4. So like 3 to 4 seconds. Once I've gotten to my bottom punch position, all I'm going to do is lift up and loop the tail around. If you need to, you can use your opposite hand for a little bit of extra force. Here it goes, taking the mace, gluing it to the palm, lifting above the head. I'm going to look off to the side, and I'm going to push and pull. Now I want you to take take a glance at what my chest or what my free hand is doing. I am pushing all the way across and then pulling. This does two things. One, it gives your spare hand something to do, but also look at what happens to my chest. My chest or my torso is now opening and closing, which will add to the momentum of the mace. And the momentum is important because if we can nail it right, it makes the lift of the tail effortless. Boom. And to switch sides, all we're going to do is pin the mace to our palm, capture the globe, switch sides. Now you don't need to angle your knee out towards the mace handle, but it'll help you in a few different ways. If you're short on mobility, if you've got sore elbows, sore hands, I recommend highly opening up your hips towards the circle of the mace. Not necessary. But just like your hand and the gesturing of pushing and pulling will give you a little bit more momentum in your chest, same thing with opening and closing the leg. We call this funneling rotation, which when rotation's not trapped in your body, don't move your hips. There's a trap in rotation. And this one, I am funneling rotation all the way to the ground. And if you nail the switch, and you can do it on both sides, you'll be able to do the sun cradle flow. Now there's a lot of extra steps in this particular flow. There's a lot of landmarks, a lot of one-handed practice that goes into being able to create the technique, but you don't need to dive in that deep. You can just execute on the surface level. How many 360s, how many times does my mace go vertical? 1, 2. So my mace does 2 spirals. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Maybe 1, 2, 3. And of course you don't need both hands, but you could totally use them. And if you're not using your spare hand to help guide the mace, use it for something. Wow. Sun cradle. Sun cradle! Sun cradle. What else can you do from the sun cradle? Well, the sun cradle it's a sword swing in its essence, and so I'm sure there's a lot you can do with it. Remembering that sword swings also fall under the definition of hyper switch, because my mace is passing through so many landmarks. It would be easy for me to add in my favorite moves. And just like that, you're off to the flow. I love intersecting circles with intersecting circles within circles within circles within circles. Pow. Mm. Mm. Sword Cradle. That's it, guys. That's it. Thank you guys so much for joining us for Still Mace Flow Education number 23. We made it. 23. Michael Jordan's number. The goated greatest of all time. GOAT. You know, for a long time I didn't understand what the GOAT meant. But now I do. Guys, that was quick. It was easy. It was simple. Man, I've been getting a lot of questions lately from you guys. Yes, we'll cover some basics. I'm going to take it back. We'll cover some basics. We'll even title it 24 Basics. I think it's hilarious. And it fits. So thank you so much, J-Led. Miklos, Naji, JLED, thank you guys so much for popping in and making some comments. We really hope that you appreciate the channel. Please do your part in sharing some Mace joy. Like, share, and subscribe. You know, all the basic YouTube asks. And if there's anything you'd like to see, please feel free to reach out. And I'd like to thank, we had a couple students pick up our online course on stillmaceflow.com directly from this YouTube channel. So we appreciate that. If you guys are interested in pursuing your Still Mace Flow teacher education, please feel free to reach out. I guess that's it. Ladies, gentlemen, it has been so much fun hanging out with you, spreading some Mace moves. What do you guys think? Grow the face fuzz out? Leave the face fuzz? Never get rid of the face fuzz. Always shave? J-Lid, let's do a man. We're doing a J-Lid special next week. Tomorrow. Is tomorrow Friday? It is. Tomorrow is Friday. J-Lid special coming out tomorrow. And you know what? I'm gonna do just a hangout stream here really soon, so we can. I'd love to get to know you guys. You guys just kind of listen to me talk. I'd love to have a Q&A with you guys. So let's do it next time. May 6th, and then maybe Saturday we'll do a Q&A. Love you guys.